All right, what's up, guys? It's a late night. I'm a little tired, but not tired enough to fall asleep. So I figured I'll answer a question and hopefully it'll be beneficial, inshallah. Bismillah. So Abdullah, he asks, Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. I have a question. Wa alaikum assalam. How can I help? When is the best time for me to pitch? Before, during, or after? Meaning the service. Excellent question. If you want the quickest answer possible, all three are valid. A little bit more explanation. There's a time for this and there's a time for that. So each one is valid. And there are recommended times and recommended scenarios for each of the three. All right. What I'll do is I'll give an example. Not necessarily. I'll give you an example or two for each one. All right. So I have for before, I would mention Sal Keenan, my brother. Right. He is Spiffomania's finest. Right. He's my close companion. All right. So Sal Keenan, what he'll do is he would send out a text message. I don't know if he still does this, but we would be at the office, like at the meeting, right? And he would send out a mass text to, all the people on his route. And I guess the ones that would respond, he would ask, and would you like me to spray for tick, fleas, and mosquitoes today? And when they say, yeah, he'll end up sending them the agreement. And long story short, by the time we're done with the meeting, he might already have one or two sales. All right, so it worked out like that. So that's way before the service. I've done it where I show up to the house, right? I show up to the house, and before I even start the service, I knock on the door, let them know I'm there, and I see rodent burrowing right by the door. Don't wait. So that's a freebie, man. I didn't want to get into all that, but don't wait. Do not wait. If you see rodent burrowing right by the door, or if you see something that's alarming right by the door and you have them at the door, you let them know right then and there. Don't wait. Or if you walked on property and you already noticed they have a vole infestation through their yard and mold damage or whatever, you bring that up at the door. You already know. You bring it up. The reason being is that you don't know if you're going to get them at the door again. All right, just because you got them to the door once, it doesn't mean they'll answer the door again. Literally, even if it's a minute later, it doesn't mean that they'll answer the door again. So when you have them at the door, you got to close. Go for the close. All right, so I've had that scenario. With regard to during, I can't think of a better example in pest control than my brother, my companion, Zane Selmer. All right, and he's the one that trained Sal and I. Right. And he is a master at building urgency. And if he finds that rodent activity during the service, he's going to pull you out the house. It doesn't matter if you got your wife beater on with stains on it, and you're not dressed, you're not prepared to come outside. It doesn't matter. He's going to pull you outside and you're going to see that rodent burrowing, and he's going to make you feel like this house is about to collapse from damage. He's just very good at convincing, not lying. No, he's convincing. He's just very good at being unapologetic. You have an issue. You need to take care of this right now. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Top notch. But at any rate, this guy does it during the service. All right, during the service. I haven't seen anyone do it better than him with regard to during the service. All right. And lastly, at the end of the service, I remember back when Doug Dallas was dominating. Doug Dallas was dominating. This guy named Doug Dallas. Shout out to him, man. He's an absolute beast. He still is. He's consistent. He's the type of guy that's consistent. He may not be number one, like literally number one, but this guy, he stays 30 plus sales every single month. And that takes consistency. That takes discipline. A lot of people don't have that. He's not one of those up and down type of guys. No, he's consistent, right? But at this particular time, he was the top dog. It was him and Zane going at it, right? They were the top dogs of the company. And just like with Zane, when Doug Dallas would speak, I would listen. He was accomplishing something that I wanted to accomplish, right? So I would listen, right? And he said, look, they paid for a service. Make sure you give them that service before you offer that upgrade. Make sure you do an amazing service. Offer a world-class service. Let them see that. Let them see how great of a service you did, right? Service comes first, then the sell. And when you do an amazing service, the sell comes easy. And I agree with him with that. I agree with him with that. So I took note of that and I implemented that as well. So I implemented all three styles. And there's a time for this and a time for that. That's what I have to say. Don't be so rigid. That's my strong recommendation. You will see in any type of field, regardless if it's science or whatever the case may be, you'll notice that experts will be super rigid in their opinions. And a lot of times the proof is with all of them. You know what I mean? The proof is with all of them. The proof could be somewhere in the middle. So my strong recommendation is don't be too rigid and just try to fill it out. Try to fill out, okay, is it better for me to pitch before, during, or after in this circumstance, in this situation? And you learn that from experience, right? That's all I have at the moment. Well, I have a lot more, but that's all I want to do at the moment. But if you guys have any questions or concerns, I'm here for you, man.